What is up? My name is Rich. Welcome back to another video. In this video right here, I'm gonna explain to you how to get consistent sales with your print-on-demand website. So before we get into it, I gotta mention the sponsor of this video, which is Slate. Slate is a print-on-demand service that makes it easy for you to sell apparel online through your Shopify store. So I teamed up with Slate to bring to you this video. So anyways, how are we going to get consistent sales with your print-on-demand website? So there's a few things you need to know first, which is the basics. Traffic. Traffic is one of the most important things. How are you gonna get traffic to your website? You can have organic traffic or you can have paid traffic. Organic is going to be your word of mouth traffic, your social media traffic, non-paid, your SEO, search engine optimization traffic. Say if somebody's on like Google, a search website, and they find your website through there. So those are going to be your organic methods of traffic to your website. And then your other one is paid. So you have like social media ads, you have Facebook ads, you have TikTok ads, you have Pinterest ads. There's all kinds of ads. There's influencers, the list goes on. So it's important to know all of these things so we can try out each and every single one. So that's one of the most important things, is that you have to try everything out and see which one works best for you. A lot of us are very good at word of mouth, because if you're already watching this, I know you're just an at-heart entrepreneur and you just pretty much already, you know, you're a go-getter. You go out there and you get it. So word of mouth is great for you to start off with. But from there, you still need to expand. You need to get into your social media. You need to get into the paid ads. You need to get to your influencers. Influencers don't even necessarily have to be paid traffic as well. You have friends who may have a large following, and you know, you might make a good connection with them and they might wear your stuff for free. So that's also traffic as well. So the most important thing is to try out each and every single one. And I know that can become difficult because there's just so many avenues to try. But you definitely got to try everything out so that you know which one works best for you. And I hate saying that every single time, but that's what it always boils down to. And the second most important thing is the fact that it boils down to the actual product. You know, the design of the product and what the product is. Is it in a particular niche? Because if it's in a particular niche, you know, it might have a stronger audience who's willing to convert and make a purchase on your website because it's something that they absolutely love. Now, if it's something very generic, it might be a little more difficult. Like let's say food, right? Just food itself. There's a wide category of food. So, you know, you might be targeting too many food lovers. But let's say if we're just targeting down to just straight up sushi, Japanese food and stuff, then you have a more particular audience and you can hit some of those higher notes where they might be more willing to convert. You can have all kinds of like sushi based, Japanese themed website. So that will cater to a more particular audience and that will make your website a lot more unique. So that's just some food for thought. No pun intended. So that's just one piece of it. Of course, I said product, but that's more so the audience of the product. So that's important. But the whole other thing is design. Designing the product. You got to know how to design, or you got to learn how to outsource. And you got to know if you're good or you're bad at it. And if you're bad at it, you know, you got to spend your money on either outsourcing it or you got to spend your time on getting better at it every single day. So those are two important things, which is your traffic and your product/product design. So the other part that makes your business successful is not necessarily sales. It's the actual production and the fulfillment. And I'm gonna explain to you why Slate can handle this part of the business for you. All right, so using Slate is simple. Connect Slate to your Shopify store. Then you design your products from their catalog of apparel. They have a variety of products to choose from. Different colors, different design options, all sorts of things. And they have multiple directed garment machines and embroidery machines. They use top-notch Aeon printers, Cameo DTG printer, which is, I know it's like 150 grand plus. They have multiple DTG printers. So with that being said, that's how they print your products to a quality fashion with quality machinery. All right, so after that, all you do is sell your products and profit. Slate has low shipping costs, $4.99. Flat rate shipping across the US, or how much your order is. So you can do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different hoodies, and it's $4.99 flat rate. So make sure you click the link down below to use Slate and connect it to your store, because that's how simple it is for somebody else to produce and fulfill your product for you. Now let's go back to talking about getting sales. All right, now that you know how to connect and use Slate, you can sit back and let them fulfill the orders. All you gotta do is sit on a computer and focus on sales and your creativity. Now, the subject of the video is how to get consistent sales. And we already went like over the main ways of like getting traffic to your store and focusing on the product and design. And the last thing I mentioned was the fact that It's a business and you have to treat it like a business. That's the most important aspect. And the more important thing, I feel like I've said that like several times in this video. Everything is important. The most important thing is keeping consistent with each and every single part and not getting discouraged by the fact that you're not at $1,000 a day overnight. And I know this is cliche, but it's not an overnight process. You know, whenever you find something that works in your organic traffic, word of mouth, you might get 1 or 2 sales to begin with. You gotta rinse and repeat that word of mouth again. So you get another 1 or 2 sales. Those 1 or 2 sales add up, but it's hard to see 6 months down the line what it's going to look like. But if you do it all of the time, it'll build up a lot quicker. The thing is, if you keep busy and you stay yourself busy and you get better every single day at designing and you get better all the time at learning new platforms of how to get traffic to your web store, then everything works out and it all comes into play. Whenever you focus on all of these things every single day. It's a business, and that's the most overlooked part. You know, a lot of people make it look easy because they already have the knowledge of how to design. They already have the knowledge of how to create traffic. And the most important thing is, if you're just starting off, is to learn these things. You can't skip the learning process. So that's why it's important to use something like Slate or print on demand service so that you can focus on one criteria of the actual entire business at a time. That way you can focus on the sales and marketing and the actual product design so that you don't get too frustrated with the production and the fulfillment. And you can get down to that later on if you want to. Because if you're tackling it all at once, you're taking on a huge learning curve. But if you get rid of the production and fulfillment, your learning curve goes down and you can learn how to make sales. And if you don't have sales, there's no reason to produce and fulfill yourself anyways. So make sure you're learning all kinds of new ways for designing, product, audience, traffic. And once you learn all this, there's another beautiful thing about using something like Shopify is the fact that you now have data. You have customers and you can retarget them with Facebook ads. You can do email marketing. Those are going to help build sales as well, and that's going to help you with consistency. But what really makes things consistent is if you constantly learn on these new ways of getting traffic, new ways of designing, and putting that to actual work whenever you have the available time. Whatever time you put into this is whatever you're going to get out in revenue. So make sure you check out something like Slate, because once you get an order, you order a Slate's responsibility from start to finish. They're going to produce it and they're going to fulfill it to the customer for you. Slate can be your right hand for your apparel selling needs online, such as your Shopify store. So make sure you check out Slate. Their link is down below. This is an awesome print-on-demand service that can handle your apparel, decoration, product fulfillment needs. Man, whole mouthful of stuff. You know what it is. Print-on-demand, Slate. Make sure you check them out. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you out. Comment, like, subscribe. We're gonna see you next time.